Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, September 11th, 2025. Usually, if I had a Twitter account at this time, whenever September 11th comes around, I'll just cite the webpage I made on this a long time ago. It's called roc-usa.blogspot.com, and ROC stands for representative of the citizens of the United States of America, something like that. I signed it at the bottom. Anyway, it goes on, and it lists all my everything I've done on 9/11 truth, and it's done, and I haven't changed it for decades or whatever. But that's that. I just wanted to mention that because it's 9/11. Okay, bye, Rock USA. So in standard fashion, you know the drill when I try to post something at YouTube that I think is kind of important, kind of a do not poo-poo this level security alert. Not necessarily, this one isn't, but it's close enough. It's getting there. So when YouTube keeps deleting it, what I'm going to do is just read it here and post it if they continue to delete it. So I'm going to read the post right now. It's a result of, what is this? It's a result of a while ago, I was just putting out all sorts of alerts after Kelly Clarkson canceled her first Vegas cancellation for July 4th, 2025 at the beginning of summer. I was so relieved because that week I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to put out any alerts or anything, but I saw in the commenting sections a lot of blasts from the past, I call it, like these people that I had labeled as tobacco associated, Altria, Marlboro associated fans of hers that I didn't really trust. And because of my long-standing connections I've been making between Marlboro and other cigarette advertisers and mass shootings, I was just going to put out an alert. You just have to watch out for mass shootings. And also my long-standing connection between gay men in particular, selling cigarettes online with fake accounts. I've been doing that for over, almost 2 decades now. So it's just an alert. Once she canceled, I went online and I said, okay, here are some suspicious people that might be involved in some kind of a mass shooting, either innocently or not innocently. They could just be, I just started mentioning them. I'm throwing spaghetti against the wall. And then I get this response from these guys, from Jamie Palmetier and from Brett, BMD7722, laughing at this, going, oh, look at this crazy person. And I'm going to go put on my Marlboro shirt. What did she say down here? I might go wear my Marlboro shirt to the show, like laughing at the fact that all these people in Las Vegas were shot probably by tobacco swamp Marlboro people. And I'm trying to prevent that. Yeah, that was really funny. So they weren't aware of what I was trying to do and my past and everything I do. But even then, that just makes them even bigger targets in a lot of ways because they're not aware of what they're doing here, and therefore, just a security breach, I believe, if they come too close to Kelly's inner circle, on and on. Okay, just be aware is what I was saying. My cats are going crazy, so I gotta try to make this short, you guys. So after that, on January 7th, I spotted a bigger, like their boss almost was online also. Not their boss, but somebody above them, it seems. His name is Mikey Russo, and I had a fit online about that. And then as a result, I started posting all my a big video that implicated Altria and shootings and Marlboro, the whole thing. I posted that, and I got my account suspended. And that's where we are now. Is I'm now suing like everybody. I'm suing everybody. I mean, like that I've been meaning to sue for decades over a lot of this stuff. Not everything. Just the specifically a couple of things. Of course, the malicious prosecution, where but RICO. A lot of a lot of the lawsuit is focusing on all these cancellations and suspensions of my accounts. 5 times from Twitter or X, and 5 or 6 times from YouTube. And my argument is, it's not just for, they keep saying, oh, it's medical misinformation, or it's this, or it's that. It's everything but what it really is, I believe, and we're going to get to the bottom of it in this lawsuit, which is people going to YouTube or to Twitter. And I even have a USA Today. They're not counted in the lawsuit, but my very first account suspension was over the same thing. It was over my exposing all these various swamps. So they come at me and they try to shut me up, and that's a fraud. You can't do that. You can't get paid to shut somebody down. Get paid by Altria, Pharmacia, Pfizer, Altria, all these people to close me down, and then say, oh, she's violating terms of service. No. That's also defamation to stand by. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, this is just the precursor to this. So what I saw recently, after I did this, fine, they could be, I don't know if they're involved or not, but since then, one of the things I'm accusing NBC of, this Brett person, BMD722, with the cigarettes in his mouth, could be a legit fan, but one of the things I was accusing Mikey Russo of was, and the people above him at Altria and NBC Universal and Starstruck, whatever, Kelly's management, the people around her are selling access to Kelly and to her band, to Altria and all these other, and to these what I believe are Marlboro operatives or Altria operatives, or possibly either in the fan base or as employees at Comcast or NBC or whatever it is. Okay, so that to me is a huge security risk. Okay, when you're selling access, of course that happens everywhere, but when you're selling access and it's to Altria in particular, because of my longstanding connection between Altria and the cigarette advertising and mass shooting and other violence, it's not kosher. It's not okay. To me, I'm just putting it out there as a security breach, okay? And that's what I'm doing. So recently, there's this BMD guy, the guy pictured with the cigarettes in his mouth, that teasing me and pushing back, and got possibly we'll do it in discovery. We'll figure it out exactly how that account was canceled out. It's probably mostly Altria, but these guys are involved. They probably they'll know. So, but here he is just recently, just today, he went to the first taping both days, and then the second taping, the morning taping, and the first day, both tapings. The second day he's there and he's taking a picture with Kelly, and then accidentally he says, oh, look who I found on the street. It's, Kelly's band. And also, yeah, so there's evidence that he's just really getting high access. Again, here's the access I'm telling you about. And I don't think I think that could be access that's not regular. I think there's something going on with somebody that I'm trying to expose at NBC or the Kelly Clarkson show or at Comcast, who's doing this, selling access to Kelly to Altria and some other bad actors. And I think that's a security breach. I don't think this is normal. So, and then also there's 2 Bretts, in other words, and also there were 2 Bretts that I pointed out, which is that BMD Brett guy and then the Kelly enthusiast Brett person. They could be legitimate fans. They might not be, who knows. But he also has access. He has tickets here. And then this is the one. It's like, look who I ran into accidentally again. So these little accidental run-intos, he's running into Bryn Cartelli, whom I labeled a long time ago as a tobacco bimbot. I mean, he's running into her at a bar, supposedly, accidentally. So there's too many accidental, and it looks to me like there's a lot of access being sold, and she is tobacco. She was starstruck in Brandon's latest little tobacco bimbot, selling the song, what's it, I'm Gonna Smoke a Pack or something like that, was her big first debut song or something, and she debuted it on the Kelly Clarkson show, because the Altria person who's selling access to Kelly is also selling, Marlboros through her. And, we're trying to expose Altria's influence on, programming and people and access. And that's what this lawsuit's going to expose. Okay? So I wrote this comment after I saw this, and this is showing up on my For You feed, which I don't go looking. I never go look for Brett and all these guys. I'm not trolling Kelly Clarkson fans ever. I just wait, and whatever shows up on my For You feed at X, which is Tobacco Central. Okay, to me, that's why I don't search anybody or do anything like that, because I want it to be a pure tobacco. I mean, now I'll click on it, at this point, but when they start showing up on my For You feed like this, that's Altria. I think that's something bigger than just these fans. I think there's something, making these promoting. It's like Altria promotions. So I think these guys are, they could be Altria or Marlboro operatives, and I think that's a breach. So let me write the comment here. What's going on with my lawsuit too? I should put that up. My lawsuit, whatever. Hey, boo, please keep detailed notes and please ask your band to do the same of any interactions you are having of late with the two Bretts I've highlighted at the beginning of the summer associated with X accounts, BMD7722 and Kelly Enthusiast, respectively, as possible security breaches for you and the band because of their apparent sponsorships by Altria, which makes Marlboro cigarettes. Especially if anybody at Comcast, NBC, or the Kelly Clarkson show is pressuring any of you to, quote unquote, accidentally run into either of them and take pictures with them. I suspect new defendants I recently added to my lawsuit, namely Laura Wasser, Samantha Spector, and one of their sponsors, Altria, work together. Those are the divorce attorneys involved in Kelly's case, and a lot of times divorce attorneys, especially these two, work together to screw both clients. And I have a lot of evidence of that happening with also. I won't get into that right now because I'm setting stuff up. I'm setting all sorts of traps, I guess. Not traps, but I mean, it worked in this case again with these guys, but we'll see how this goes. I didn't set traps. I'm just go on. Okay. Namely, Laura Wasser, Samantha Spector, and one of their sponsors, Altria, worked together unlawfully after I publicly announced here in mid-August that I was planning on adding these defendants to have my case in federal court assigned to a judge and a magistrate judge that they could influence through their shared connections with Loyola Law School in Los Angeles and or with Jewish associations promoting female Jewish lawyers and judges. Both the judge and these two are white Jewish females, Laura Wasser, Samantha Spector, both very big named divorce attorneys in LA. They do all the celebrity, they even did, or anyway, and they're also Jewish, and I think that might be related, and I threw it in here just in case, because of the coincidences that were not coincidences. Both the judge and the magistrate judge, supposedly randomly assigned to my case, had been adjunct professors at Loyola Law School, the alma mater of both Laura Wasser and Samantha Spector, before becoming judges. Also, the judge in my case clerked for a well-known Jewish female judge, and the magistrate judge is a well-known Jewish female magistrate judge. Anyway, courts at both the state and federal level are always claiming that judges are randomly assigned to cases, and maybe they are in most instances, but my cases are always extra special, like me, and seemingly need to, I'm going to put a smiley face there, like me. I don't know why I'm putting a smiley face, it's just going to be canceled out, but I think when I originally posted this, I had my regular smiley, and I don't care. You guys are going to have to just put up with me. Whatever. Okay. Like me. See if this works. Smiley face. Are always extra special, like me, and seemingly in need of being silenced. As I have done several times in the past, actually, Anyway, courts at both the state and federal level are always claiming that judges are randomly assigned to cases. And maybe they are in most instances, but my cases are always extra special, like me, and seemingly in need of being silenced. As I have done several times in the past to expose this common fraud carried out by what I suspect are swamp-sponsored gay court clerks working behind the scenes, I can prove through statistical analysis that the probability of this happening through a random assignment of judges and magistrate judges without foul play, i.e. both the judge and the magistrate judge, have tight associations with the alma mater of the two big-name Jewish female defendants. And oh, by the way, the judge clerked for the only Jewish female judge to serve on the bench in the Central District of California at the time. And oh, by the way, again, the magistrate judge is the only female Jewish magistrate judge currently serving on the bench in the Central District of California. It is extremely low, less than 0.1% chance of that happening randomly. Okay, it's just so obvious, not a coincidence. Okay, I am pretty sure, and it's not the first time this happens a lot. I am pretty sure the plan all along for the swamp-sponsored bad actors that I'm trying to expose in this lawsuit, and who, by the way, also murdered Brandon, very important in my humble opinion, was to get the swamp-sponsored gay court clerks for these judges, who were not randomly assigned to my case, to summarily dismiss my entire case by claiming all the evidence points only to Brandon and nobody else. Then toss the case out and send it to state probate court, the second most corrupt court in the U.S. after state family courts. Well, I think I put a big kibosh on that plan with a motion I filed in court a couple of days ago, but we'll see. If things go my way, though, I think evidence that your detailed notes might provide that somebody other than Brandon is still selling access to you and to the band, to Altria, allowing Marlboro advertising Altria operatives within your fan base and within your work environment at Comcast, NBC, The Kelly Clarkson Show. Special access not available to regular fans or regular employees, a practice, by the way, that I still find to be a major security breach given the long-standing connection I have established between cigarette advertisers and mass shootings or other violence, would be golden. So it would be great evidence if you guys could do that. If not, it's fine. It's a very strong case either way, but would much appreciate it for your own security and whatever. Hang in there, boo. Onward. Okay, so that's the comment, and then I post it at YouTube, and YouTube will not leave it up. So I'm gonna find the newest first. Hey, boo, please keep detailed notes. Onward, and then as soon as you refresh, they delete it. Bum, 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 bum.
Take what you do best and create a website that's...
Okay. So sort. They always sort by something else. So when you check to see if it's still there, you always have to put newest first, and you see it's just gone. Okay, newest first, it's gone. Right. So the next thing I did was I said, okay, they don't like the Jewish stuff. So I deleted everything that talked about the Jewish connection and everything like that. It doesn't mention anything. I even changed kibosh, which is a Jewish Yiddish term, to something else. And I thought maybe it was just the references to the Jew stuff might be considered hate speech. As soon as you mention Jewish nowadays at YouTube, they consider it that, and that might be their excuse. So I thought, look, I need to get this information out there. The chances of it happening without the Jewish stuff, just without the two, like it's still a very low probability. It's a 1% chance that both of my judge and my magistrate judge would be adjunct professors at their alma mater, because there's only 2 judges out of 36 or something, and only 4 magistrates out of 45 that have been adjunct professors at this law school. And to get them both on my case like that is just 1%. Anyway, I changed everything, took out Jewish stuff randomly, kept everything the same. I have it here just as evidence. This is going to be evidence in the case, by the way, just against, because YouTube is also named. So this is just evidence against them. They're just goofing around and trying to silence me. and along with Altria and a whole bunch of other stuff. So everybody's named. But this comment, I'm just putting it up here. I'm not going to read through it. I'm just telling you I took out what I thought might be offensive, and I'm calling it. I think it's called first shorter YouTube comment on 9/11. Okay, and hey boo, please keep detailed notes. It's shorter. It takes out all the references, and you could read through it. So then, if you do. Let me make sure I put it in there. I think I did it right. I went like that. I posted the comment. Here it is. Read more. I want to show the full comment is there. But when I refresh, it's there. And then when I refresh this page, and you have to sort the newest. That's the only way. Otherwise, it's buried there. It might be there. But you look for the newest comment first, and it's gone. I'm back on the fence. Hey, boo is gone. You could do this a million times. So I shortened it, and I said, okay, maybe the gay stuff is insulting everybody. So I took out all the Jewish stuff, took out any mentions of gay stuff, the gay court clerks, 1% chance. This is like, and I'm not going to keep doing this because I've done this before in the past. So what I need, this is the one I'm going to show and during discovery or whatever and say, hey, YouTube, why wouldn't you leave this one up? I even took out the ats, like a lot of times it could be something that's like some kind of a sign that you could use percent, I think. 1%. Sometimes it could be as much as just it could be like, they'll say, oh, you can't use backslashes, you can't use percent signs, you can't use, like what else do I have in here? I'm trying to take out anything that they could use as an excuse that's not allowed. Like here, see the backslashes? I'm not giving this has been allowed in other places. I'm just doing everything possible to show that it is the actual context, what's in here that is triggering stuff, not any kind of symbolism. Not any kind of symbols or percent signs or backslashes. Okay, so let's do this one. And then it'll disappear. And then we have something that's I have a lot of examples of YouTube just deleting comments arbitrarily. This has nothing to do with their AI or any kind of automatic things. This is like somebody somewhere said, anytime she comments, and it mentions the word Laura Wasser or Samantha Spector, you have to delete the comment or whatever it is. Or the other thing they'll say is, well, let's just do this one. Okay, whatever it is. Hey, boo. So there's the full comment. It doesn't have anything about Jewish stuff. It doesn't have anything about gays. It doesn't mention anything like that. It just mentions our Altria, Marlboro, the low chances of, and it's there. I posted it, and we'll renew it.
You don't have to be a VIP to get more than just say.
Okay. Just want to make sure I have all the evidence I need that there are
every customer gets
certain comments. I'm targeted for certain comments, and you can see it here if you do sort by. Okay, and it's gone. So that's comments gone. I could try to whittle it down to what is causing it and this and that, but no, we're done. I'm done. This comment should not be deleted. I'm trying to send out, information to people. Everybody knows I'm here. The other thing they'll say is, oh, it's not relevant to this. When I've already made it very clear that this is where I'm posting all my alerts and security alerts and watch out for this and watch out for that. I haven't posted very much here, but I post a lot having to do with shootings and everything like this. Nothing's been deleted. This was the first one that's been deleted in a long time. Just mentioning Marlboro, Altria, and Laura Wasser and Samantha Spector. And also Pfizer. Those are the 4 biggies that I'm going after in this RICO and in this lawsuit. And then also on a smaller scale, I'm trying to weed out and expose people working, of course, at the Kelly Clarkson show, at Comcast, or at NBC who are a security threat to Kelly. And then, so it's all about security threats. It's all about everything. And that's it. That's it. Okay, so I read the initial, I don't know how long this is, but I read the initial message I'm trying to get out. That's the most important thing. Please keep notes and, be careful about these people, what's going on. Whether they're innocent or not is not the point. The point is there's somebody who is sponsoring them, I believe. And the somebodies who are sponsoring these people and also people at employees at the Kelly Clarkson Show or NBC or whatever that are giving access like this is dangerous. That's all. Bye. Hang in, everybody. Living my best life. Everything's going great. It really is. The one thing I wanted to show was, what do I want to show? I want to show the lawsuit. I don't know if you guys could go to Pacer and find it, but I did. Where is it? All the songs and stories. This is one of these. Okay, so I have a comment, same place. Okay, here. Just fine. I mean, it's like I'm using YouTube as like Twitter. Twitter you can use a journal. That's what I liked about it. But here you can't. Nobody knows where I'm commenting. Like you can't go to my YouTube site and then say, show me all of her comments. And the reason you can't do that is because YouTube purposely tries to protect the spammers and everything like that. Because you can find a spammer or you can find a person who's up to no good just by going to their site and finding out what all their comments are. And YouTube doesn't allow that. So you can't find out what all my comments are. So I go to a site and I tell everybody, this is where you go. It's usually not very crowded with other people's comments by now. And you sort latest comments first, and it's mostly all me doing a running commentary by the day or whatever, the way it's done at Twitter. So you come down to here, intent to name Alexander. You can see all my filings. I give a not sure what 40 chess songs and stories. This is it right here. This is one of those rare times when you cross your fingers and hope and pray to a God you don't believe in that the judge denies your motion. I mean, seriously, I am so ready to take this up to appeals courts and to the Supreme Court for the next 10 to 20 years at least. Everything. Motion to vacate automatic referral. This is for lawyers out there, Kelly. Give them to your attorneys. Give it to your attorneys, and anybody who's not respectful or doesn't recognize this, fire them. Like, seriously. Fire all of them. Motion to vacate automatic referral to magistrate judge under General Order 0507. That's from May 2007. And for sole assignment to Article 3 judge, memorandum of points and authorities. And it's just on my Google Drive. So anybody can go to it. And it's just absolutely... Okay, so in the past, I've always tried to put things more in lay terms. But in this case, it's all prepared to go straight to the appeals court and then straight in a petition. Certiorari. Certiorari. Kagan. I always think of Kagan, whatever. She says she doesn't even mention that because everybody mispronounces it, including possibly her. But I will go all the way on this one. I'll even pay the damn fees and all that. The way, they're going to force me to, which is crazy. They shouldn't be forcing me. Yeah, when you're doing constitutional. Anyway, so this is beautiful. This is just the most beautiful thing. It's just gorgeous. I'm so proud of the whole thing. I mentioned the Dred Scott fraud, the exhibits in here. It's just my most beautiful work to date. Okay, and it's so good. I'm just telling, because I want Kelly especially, I just want you to know this is like, it's so good, okay? Like when you sing, people know you're good. But when I'm writing something legally and it's so good, nobody can really recognize that except maybe other attorneys. And even then, they're so slimy, they won't tell you. So if you have other attorneys read this and they don't see the significance of everything I've written here, like huge significance, and say it's like so freaking brilliant, and they could see my vision, and they stop bashing Trump mostly because they could see the vision here, then fire them. They are definitely security breaches. Like seriously. Okay, it's not going to be Trump versus this or any Dems versus that. It's like the future versus these people who have other things in mind other than your safety and protecting you or the kids. And that's not a bad thing. Doesn't make them a bad person because they'd rather have mortgage payments than to do that job. But, and I don't know if you could ever find anybody who's going to be able to do that job, at least not as well as I am, who hasn't already lost everything and doesn't have anything to fear. So these people with mortgage payments, these attorneys and things, they're all screwing you over probably because that's how they have to. They're not bad people. It's just they have families to watch out for. And they're not going to watch out for your 40 million or whatever you have. They don't care. They think you have enough. They think $1 million is enough. A lot of people who work for you, especially the swamp people, think that's their money. Like, oh, I promoted her with this and that, and that's my money. That's not even her money. I mean, you have to watch out. That's why we're being very careful. Onward. Bye. Living my best life. Go send this to some attorneys. And if anybody out there looking at this, they want to like see if their attorney is legit or not, give them this, have them read through it all the way, very carefully, including all the exhibits, and then come to you and report to you why they hate Trump or why you shouldn't vote for Trump, or they don't, or tell them the vision that I have and why they don't agree with the vision. Okay? I mean, just have a discussion. You could even try to read through this if you want. If anybody, you can try. A lot of it is contract law, so a lot of business people would understand this probably. But anyway, okay. It's really the Rosetta, it's not the Rosetta Stone, but it's like, when you're trying to, get your car fixed, you don't know if the mechanic is telling you the truth or not. This is like the same with the lawyer. You don't know if they're telling you the truth or not. Use this as a test. Give it to them and get their opinions. And get the opinion from many different lawyers. Okay, bye. That's enough. Bye. I'm done.